The great M.S. Subbulakshmi has sung an entire cassette of his compositions way back in the 70s. So music घर में था, in the sense that there would always be music playing, we would be singing, we would have sing-alongs, and so singing was natural. And फिर वो स्कूल के वो खाली कभी-कभी खाली हो जाता है ना, टीचर मिसिंग होती है, तो one child is asked to come up and sing in front of the class, and they stand like this and sing one song. So I was that child, and I still remember I would sing chal 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 mere sathi, oh mere hathi, whatever, you know, mere hathi no mere sathi. And so गाना गाना था. फिर मेरे स्कूल में, as Sanjay you would know, music was a huge part of the school. People were encouraged to sing, to play, and I had a lot of friends in class who used to play the guitar. So I started learning the guitar when I actually class 8 में ना मैंने जूनियर साइंस टैलेंट पार किया. तो मेरे पेरेंट्स ने कहा क्या चाहिए, मैंने कहा गिटार. तो मेरे को एक गिटार खरीदा गया और फिर मैं गिटार सीखना शुरू किया और जल्द ही एक स्कूल के दोस्तों के साथ एक बैंड बनाया और बैंड में गाते थे. So that's how it started. And then in college I took up chemistry and I also started playing with a couple of bands. Not the college band, but like a band of people from different colleges, people like semi-professional. So actually by the time I finished college, that's in 84, we were already getting paid quite well to perform at different college festivals and other places. फिर IIT कानपुर में जाके बहुत सारी पढ़ाई हुई, सीरियस पढ़ाई हुई, सीरियस पढ़ाई हुई, पर वहाँ पे भी म्यूजिक था, you know, and that's the time I learned about this big divide between Western music गाने वाले और Indian music गाने वाले और फलाना. और मुझे तो फर्क नहीं पड़ता था यार. I grew up listening to everything, Western, Indian, whatever you want to call it. So I used to play with both bands. And then I went away to the US to do my PhD, which is where I did the least amount of music in my life. But I heard a lot. I heard a lot in the US from all over the world. So I got introduced to the South American and Central American stuff, because there's a lot of people from South and Central America in the US, and they were there as students. I got to hear music from West Africa. I got to hear music from South Africa, Northern Europe. ऐसी जगहों से music सुना था मैंने. वो Australian tribal music, a huge amount of music came in here at that time. And but I didn't play very much. I just bought myself a better guitar from New York City, and that's it. Then I came back to India, और इंडिया में unemployed postgraduate. तो मैं नर्मदा बचाओ आंदोलन में जुड़ गया और 5 साल वहाँ काम किया मैंने और बहुत कुछ सीखा हमारे देश के बारे में, हमारे देश के how the state works actually, and what happens to you if you show or dare to show dissent against something the state wants to do. So I went to jail during that time, which is a separate story. I'll tell you about it someday.
Yeah,
but I also heard a lot of great music.
Distinction you should have for that, yeah. And okay, so you were into rock music very heavily in your childhood, no? And I think the band was called Electric Plant, which you were part of.
Nahi, Manny Plant was another band from Xavier's actually.
Okay.
I was part of a different band. Plant is a band that was 2 or 3 years senior to us in college, in school. And, but yeah, you're right. I used to play a lot of rock on stage, at least, and it was great fun because rock is a very powerful type of music to play, and you get to learn. मैं आपको एक चीज बताऊं, बैंड्स के साथ बजाने से ना अपनी म्यूजिकल एबिलिटी shoots up, because you don't have just you to measure yourself against, and you have to make yourself fit in with 3-4 other people and learn how to cooperate, which is great in all spheres of life. And you have to learn how to make sure that the song has primacy, not you. The song is more important, which is another great thing to understand in general in life, कि गाना ज़्यादा interesting है. So I learned a lot from the people I used to play with, and I continue to do that.
So how did the Indian Ocean come about?
Indian Ocean 1990 में बना है formally. उससे पहले दो हमारे बंदे थे जिन्होंने सुष्मित सेन, who is also from Xavier's actually, guitar player, and Ashim Chakravarti, who used to play tabla. They had formed it like a duo, and they were doing kind of different sort of music. And they formed Indian Ocean with a keyboard player and a bass player and a drummer in 1990. I was not there. I was still in India, in the US, completing my PhD around that time. When I came back in late 1990, Shushmit called me up. I met him somewhere, I forget where. And he said, "Arey, I started a band." And I was quite, really? You started a band? Because I didn't have much sense of Shushmit being a musician when I was in school. And then I went over to his house to listen to something they had recorded in a studio, scratch recording जिसे कहते हैं, और मजा आ गया मेरे को. मैंने कहा यार ये तो बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग है. तो आप कह सकते हो कि मैं फरवरी या मार्च 1990 में इंडियन ओशन को ज्वाइन किया हूँ. उन दिनों में इंडियन ओशन को कुछ शोज नहीं मिलते. So the first show I played with Indian Ocean was in October 1991. Which was the third ever show that the band had done. You know, in the first 5 years of the existence of the band, we did a grand total of 9 shows. Or 7 shows, something like that. मतलब होता ही नहीं कुछ, बस पर हम लोग लगे रहते थे. हम लोग अपना प्रैक्टिस करते रहते थे, नए गाने बना रहे हैं, ये कर रहे हैं, वो कर रहे हैं, अपने मजे के लिए. हमें कोई आइडिया नहीं था कि आगे क्या होगा. We had no idea that this thing that we were doing would go on to last for, now it's the 31st year of Indian Ocean.
So how did the name come about, Indian Ocean?
यार नाम पता, बहुत लोग सोचते हैं तुमने बहुत सोचा होगा इसके बारे में. एक्चुअली ऐसा कुछ नहीं. जब मेरे आने से पहले नाम सेट हो गया था. और क्या होता है कि जब एक नया बैंड होता है ना, हमेशा एक नामकरण सेरेमनी टाइप कुछ होता है ना, कि लोग बैठ के सोचते हैं यार नाम क्या होना चाहिए, नाम क्या होना चाहिए, नाम क्या होना चाहिए. And one day when the band was sitting around at Shushmit's house and having lunch, said, and this is what Ashim remembers, and that's become the story. I have no idea what reality is. That Shushmit's father said, "How about Indian Ocean?" And everybody who heard that said, "Yeah, that's a great name." So it just, something came into his head, and unfortunately he's not around for us to ask कि आपके नाम में Indian Ocean कैसे आया और क्यों आया. तो इससे आप एक और चीज समझ लोगे कि हमारे पास वो एंगस्ट नहीं था जो होता ना बिटवीन जनरेशंस. फादर ने सजेस्ट किया है, ब्यूटीफुल सजेशन है, उसको लो खुले दिल से. एंड लकीली मोस्ट ऑफ इंडियन ओशन वी ऑल हैड एक्सीलेंट रिलेशनशिप्स विद आवर पेरेंट्स, व्हिच इज यू नो, अ लॉट ऑफ यंग म्यूजिशियंस से ओ नहीं नहीं यार ये वो एक एंगस्ट सा होता है अगेंस्ट. somehow we managed to escape that, and I think that helps a lot when you're doing a career that has no assurances, that is away from the straight and narrow, the conventional, because a lot of times parental opposition dampens down your enthusiasm for doing this kind of thing. In some cases, yes, in some kids that opposition may spark further rebellion, but luckily I haven't had to deal with it, so I don't know. We were good.
How did Black Friday come about? I think that was probably a turning point in your fame, if not success.
यार पता है, unfortunately हमारा ना एक वो, unlike the COVID graph, ours has been a very slow and steady climb. Yeah. So I would say actually everything contributes, yeah, little bit. So but I'll tell you how Black Friday came about is that the director Anurag Kashyap, we had met him earlier. He had in fact wanted us to do music for a film called Paanch, that one of those unreleased films. And he had come and met us, and we'd gone and met him in Bombay. We'd gone to IIT Bombay to do a show, and nothing came of that. But when he got Black Friday, he told the producer, the executive producer, कि boss, Indian Ocean से music करना है. So the EP got in touch with us, and we had gone to Pune for a show, and we went down. They said, Bombay aa jao. So we drove down to Bombay and had a meeting with them, and that's it. That's when it was decided that we would do music for the film. अब क्या है कि इसमें ये फायदा है कि हम बॉलीवुड को खोजते हुए नहीं गए थे. बॉलीवुड हमें पहुंचते हुए यार.
That's
That gives
amazing.
you a slight upper hand in terms of how much you can be dictated to.
Right. So I
Otherwise,
think
they call all the shots, you know.
before going further, I'd like to play your iconic song at least for a few seconds now, and let's get ahead with. Oh,
ये तो ad आ गया.
ad. Yeah, now I can skip the ad.
Skip ad. Jai Shri and mantra. Huh. But no audio. I think you got the audio off on the YouTube. Sanjay,
Yeah,
you have the audio off.
with the audio
You
off.
have to share
नहीं,
audio.
अब
It
अब आ
comes in
गया.
an option
आ गया.
above.
कुछ नहीं आ रहा वैसे audio में.
Can you hear the audio?
No.
I think I'll just wait. I think I'll do it again. Sorry for that. And let's see it from this point. Wow, that's so amazing. I am really fond of this song.
I heard you sing it.
That's my favorite song of yours. And when I
Okay.
heard this way back in early 2000 when the movie was released, I bought the whole album and I heard the entire album. This was the song which stood out and it stuck with me. It is always there with me. Tell us more about this song. This is your iconic song, I would say, and sort of a cult classic song.
So yeah, so you know what you said about, tell us about Black Friday, and that was a turning point. That was a turning point for me, for the band, in the sense कि पहले हमारा एक कंदीसा नाम का एल्बम आया था,
Yeah.
जो काफी बड़ा सक्सेस था. मगर बॉलीवुड के पास जो मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेंथ है और जो रीच है, वो I understood after Black Friday came out, because they played Bande as the kind of, the song with which they were promoting the film Black Friday. And this was played repeatedly on several channels that do Bollywood stuff. And so it reached millions and millions and millions of people that we had never been able to reach earlier. And so and it became a big hit. It became like number one on the charts and this and that and the other. And because of this, Indian Ocean went on to play concerts in venues and places that we had never done before. Like Jalpaiguri mein show ho raha hai, Warangal mein show ho raha hai, Durgapur mein show ho raha hai. ऐसी जगह में हम लोग पहले मेट्रोज में ज़्यादातर बजाते थे. आप समझ रहे हो कि the reach goes across classes and you get heard by and regions and you get heard by a lot more people. So it became a big thing. This song has been written by Piyush Mishra. And actually Piyush and Anurag had come over to our studio in Karol Bagh. At that time we were in Karol Bagh. ठंड की रात, दिसंबर की रात को आए थे और हम लोगों ने ये बजाया उनके लिए और उनको ट्यून पसंद आया और पीयूष चले गया बाहर वरांडा में 5 मिनट के लिए. And he came back and said, I've written this. अरे रुक जा रे बंदे, अरे थम जा रे बंदे, कि कुदरत हंस पड़ेगी. अरे नींदे हैं जख्मी, अरे सपने हैं भूखे, कि करवट फट पड़ेगी. इतना लिखा उसने. That's it. And that's how that got sealed. Then he went back and wrote the further things later on. तो और फिर उसको हमने जाके रिकॉर्ड किया बंबई में स्टूडियो में मेरे ख्याल 3-4 महीने बाद. And the slow opening part that you just played was actually made afterwards. We were wondering how to begin the song because we finally saw where they want to place it in the film. And it was right at the end. So then looking at those images triggered something off. And one day while everybody was off for lunch, I just picked up an acoustic guitar and I told our producer KJ Singh, यार KJ एक चीज मैं ट्राई करना चाहता हूँ. और मैंने सिर्फ वो ओपनिंग पार्ट गिटार के साथ गा दिया. In free time, you know, there's no metronome going on at that because it's just open, it's free. Whatever timing was there was inside my head. And the guys came back after lunch and said, wow, this works. So that's how this Black Friday came about. The song Bande came about.
So recently you have done a song in the movie Gulabo Sitabo, and which again is an amazing song. So I think let me play that song first before you tell us more about that.
दो दिन का ये मेला है, दो दिन का ये मेला है, खेला फिर उठ जाना है. और 2 दिन का ये मेला है, खेला फिर उठ जाना है. आना है जाना है, जीवन चलते जाना है. आना है जाना है, जीवन चलते जाना है. मिटे ना छप के शहद सा टप के, मिटे ना छप के शहद सा टप के. मीठा बोल के जाना है. आना है जाना है, जीवन चलते जाना है. माटी का बर्तन है प्यारे, माटी में मिल जाना है. आना है जाना है, जीवन चलते जाना है. जीवन चलते जाना है.
So I think the network has cut the song short now. So tell us about Gulabo Sitabo and this particular song. I feel that this song will also going to become very, very famous like the Bande song.
Okay, so first thing is this is not an Indian Ocean song. Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. It's not. इसमें क्या है? ये एक अलग वो है कि मुझे फोन आया एक बंदे से बंबई में कि जी मेरा नाम अनुज गर्ग है और मैं आपसे बहुत साल पहले मिला था और मैं म्यूजिक करता हूँ बंबई में और एक फिल्म में आपको गाना है. मैं गा दूंगा भाई. अब ये आपको you should know this because it's interesting. So in Bollywood nowadays what happens is that हर गाने के लिए वो 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 लोगों को ले आते हैं, उनसे गवा देते हैं. ठीक है. उसके बाद प्रोड्यूसर और डायरेक्टर डिसाइड करता है कि कौन सा है, कौन सा वर्जन चलेगा. नाउ यू इमेजिन फ्रॉम द पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ द गाय हु मेक्स हिज टाइम टू गो एंड सिंग द सॉन्ग, हिज और हर टाइम, इज दैट दे आर नॉट पेड टिल देयर सॉन्ग इज सिलेक्टेड. ओके, number 1. Number 2, they are not told who else is singing the song. So it's like a lottery, really. And the reason why the director or the producer chooses the song is unknown to anybody else. it betrays 2-3 things about Bollywood. One, music directors don't have the final say when it comes to music, right? Music directors don't have the confidence to be able to say, nahi, ye gana is bande se hi gawa. The producer and the director of the film have much more say. Producer director क्या star आ जाता है बीच में, star की family आ जाती है, वो अपनी टिप्पणियां फेंकते हैं. तो बॉलीवुड काफी गंदी जगह है, ये मैं आप सुन लीजिए मुझसे क्योंकि मैंने काफी देखा है इसको. Mercifully, I stay out of it most of the time. Anyway, so I told Anuj that I have a show in Bombay on the 27th of Feb and that would be an ideal date. He said, नहीं आप मैं भेज देता हूँ आप गा के. मैंने कहा नहीं ऐसे नहीं होगा. Because what happens is without you telling me exactly what you want, I could sing the song in 100 different ways. How do I know what the music director wants? He said, yeah, that would be great. So luckily I had a show in Bombay, February 27th this is. I went in there, went straight to the studio from the airport, sang the song. We took 2-3 hours to do it and then I went back home. And a month later I was told, you are going to sing the song in the film. I said, thank you very much. पैसे कहाँ हैं? Finally गाने release होने के बाद जून में आए. देखो हम लोग प्रोफेशनल हैं, हमको ये प्रश्न पूछने पड़ते हैं. बिकॉज ऐसे भी हो सकता है कि वो गाना निकल गया और चले गया और आपने नहीं पूछा तो मिलेगा ही नहीं आपको. ये भी होता है. तो मैं आपको डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव दे रहा हूँ. गाना अच्छा है. There's a guy called Girish Pant who's written the song. And Girish is from the hills. He's a Pahadi. And as is Anuj Garg is from Dehradun. And he has been working in Mumbai for 15 years. This is the first film he's got. तो बहुत काम करना पड़ता है और बहुत ही अजीब सा situation है. And I'm glad the song came out. I'm glad that my version was used in the film. Actually, the other guy who sang this song, अरे यार क्या है उसका नाम? Sorry, I've forgotten. But he's, I think, Nepali, and he sings beautifully. And if his song is there on the whole CD, if you check it out, or the whole album. And Toshi Rana, Toshi. So Toshi भी बहुत अच्छा गाता है यार. मैंने तो तोशी को फोन करके बोला यार तूने तो बहुत अच्छा गाया. He said हाँ सर आपने भी गाया है. मैंने कहा जो सिलेक्ट होगा सो होगा. He said हाँ इसमें तो मैं तो जानता हूँ. आप जानते हो कि बॉलीवुड में सिंगर्स फ्री में गाते हैं आजकल. Mika, for example, will sing free because he knows that if he sings a song that becomes a hit, then that raises the price that he can ask for his live shows. And he's going to make way more money from that raised price than he would make by getting paid for one song. But imagine a new singer who's trying to establish themselves and who are poor struggling singers. They are told कि अरे तू पैसे मांग रहा है, मिक्का फ्री में बजाता है यार. सोचो कितना बुरा है ना, कितना अनफेयर सा है.
Yes, so that's the murkier side of Bollywood, but let us keep ourselves to the brighter side and more musical side. No?
I know.
So
Sanjay is the Mr. Positive, okay? Let's make it positive. Yeah. So I'll give you the positive side. This is what I would do for a TV channel. Oh, it's a great song and I'm so glad I sang it, and I'd like to thank Mr. Garg for giving me the chance, and I'd like to thank the producer for choosing me, and thank you very much, and I love you guys, and enjoy the song.
So which are the other Bollywood singers that you like, and which are the other Bollywood songs that you like other than your own?
अरे मेरे को तो बहुत सी. The nice thing is being here for so many years, I've got to meet most of the guys. So I met Arijit Singh, and I've met Sunidhi Chauhan and Mohan, and of course I've played with Mohit Chauhan lots of times. I've also used to play in a band with Neeraj Sharma, Bombay Vikings, jo kya surat hai, that guy. So a lot of these guys, Rabbi, दोस्त है मेरा. कितने सारे लोगों को मैं पर्सनली अब जानता हूँ, तो दोस्त बन गए. सुनीता अपनी जो शिल्पा राव, that wonderful singer. They've become friends. I have done, in fact, you'll be interested to know, I've acted in a film written by Rahman. Can you believe it?
Wow.
So I became acted, not sung, huh? Acted.
Is it that 99 songs?
Yeah, 99 songs.
Yes.
So I got to become a friend of Rahman's.
Yeah.
I've become a friend of a lot of the music directors, the sound producers. See, because we are the other side. We are behind the screen people. We're not in front of the screen people. So we got to get to meet each other and hang out and have fun and party and discuss ideas. And so, like, I tell you, one of the people I really really admire in Bollywood is apne Vishal ji. Not Dadlani. Vishal,
Bhardwaj.
Dadlani to hai hi dost. Vishal Bhardwaj. Yeah, Vishal Bhardwaj, writer, director, fantastic musician, and a fantastic person. You know, at the end, the person also becomes very important.
True. True.
बाहर से लोग नाम देखते हैं, शोहरत देखते हैं इत्यादि, पर बंदा अच्छा होना चाहिए. एक और आदमी जिसको मैं बहुत बहुत एडमायर करता हूँ, of course, is A.R. Rahman, obviously, for the range of things he's done. He's actually transformed the way Bollywood sound is managed. He has a mastery over frequencies. And, you know, otherwise क्या होता है? You will notice this if you pay attention that the mids get stacked. The mid frequencies get stacked. ऊपर नीचे कम होता है. और ये आप अगर पुराने हिंदी फिल्म्स देखोगे ना, pre-Rahman, the music is very midi.
Right.
Rahman brought in this thing of production. He raised the level of production of music many-fold in Indian cinema. Why just... Okay, guys. Okay, I have 9 dogs in the house. So far, they've been quiet.
So you had a whole orchestra at home, you know.
Girls,
That's okay.
and they're all girls.
Yeah.
9 female dogs. And they're all street dogs. So they're all rescues. यहाँ वहाँ से उठा के किसी के पैर के ऊपर गाड़ी चली गई, किसी का मोटरसाइकिल ने कुचल दिया, ये किया, वो किया, अलग-अलग यहाँ वहाँ से आए.
Yeah, I know Christina, your wife is doing a great work in animal.
Yes, Aisha is the lady who is the mad dog freak. And अब मेरी शादी है उसके साथ, तो obviously मुझे भी बनना पड़ा है dog freak.
So I also have a female dog at home, you know. It's a small Lhasa Apso. And
Yes, I've seen photos.
okay, so why did you sing some of your favorite Bollywood song for us?
Okay, so my most favorite Bollywood songs I can't sing. They're too tough. You know?
Yeah. But that's true for all of us, I think, you know.
नहीं यार देख, मेरे पास ना क्लासिकल ट्रेनिंग है, बैकग्राउंड, ओके, और क्लासिकल बैकग्राउंड से बहुत कुछ ऐसा आप कर सकते. शंकर महादेवन को देखो यार, that man is a genius, I'm telling you. Not just in composition, but in ability to sing different styles. He's been trained in Carnatic. He knows Hindustani. He loves ghazal. He can sing anything. And his memory is fantastic. His studio, you know, when you are with him in the studio, वो खुद ही कह देता नहीं ये इसमें that slightly, you know, that note I don't like, let's redo. And I was lucky to have recorded Shankar Mahadevan for one of the Indian Ocean albums, Tandanu, which title track Shankar has sung with us. Oh, brilliant. You know, he did a takeoff, like a sargam takeoff. And do you know the guy, after doing the takeoff, he said, I will DT this. DT means double track. He replicated, man, that very difficult sargam, he replicated without a flaw. That is genius. So he knows what he's doing every inch of the way. He hears it. He remembers it. He says, this I did, this I did. And this is not a short thing. This is like a 40-second long thing that he has done. That's genius. Truly.
We've all been amazed by his Breathless. That's 1 minute long.
So Breathless, actually Breathless नहीं है. वो भी शंकर ने हमको बताया है.
अच्छा.
Hey Rahul, I'll teach you one day. No, it's a skill. It's okay. There is nothing breathless about it. That's the name they gave me.
Yeah, but the name, the song
That's
is
clear to
fantastic.
all of us that it's not breathless, but just the way he did it, yes, it was amazing.
Yes.
It was fantastic. अब मैं गाना क्या गाऊं यार तुम्हारे लिए मेरे पास? So this is, you know this song, you know, Hai Ajnabi. But I think the scale is wrong. And this will, the scale at which I'm trying it out. So I'm going to tell you something. You remember you said how to sing better. So how to sing better का ये पहला जो मेरे दिमाग में आता है कि how to sing better में ये बताना चाहिए लोगों को कि जब आप किसी गाने को गाने की कोशिश करते हैं, जिस गाने में, जिस स्केल में या जिस की में ओरिजिनल था, उसको रेप्लिकेट करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं. ओके, द मिस्टेक वी मेक इज वी हर्ड, अच्छा किशोर कुमार ने इस गाने को सी में बजाया तो मेरे को सी में गाना पड़ेगा. क्यों? What is the need? There is no need to do that. You are a singer with a different range and a different capability from Kishore Kumar. You pick the scale that is suitable for you. It makes a lot of difference, let me tell you. And I learned this way back in college also. You know, when we used to play covers, we used to play other people's songs. Now people would say, originally scale mein. So what? And I think, I don't know where that hangover comes from. It may be partly, now that I'm thinking about it, from, you know, like prelude in G minor, कोई अंग्रेज ने बनाया, बाख ने बनाया, तो क्या हो गया? तो उसको E minor पे बजा देने यार. So, but people would say, no, I can sing it in the original. I said, listen, it sounds better two down. Your voice is better suited here. It's your voice. You have to adjust the scale of the song to what suits your voice. And I think that a lot of people need to know that replicating, you're trying to replicate. Please don't. Sing it the way you would sing it. Learn the tune and do not try and do what that person has done. See, that's a mistake all of us make. क्यों करना है? किसी उम्दा सिंगर को परफेक्टली कॉपी करने में क्या, what have you gained? You've gained nothing actually, except the ability to become a parrot. Okay, frankly, I'm sorry to sound harsh, but you have to, every time you sing a song, you have to sing it, learn the song, and then let your heart take over. कि मैं इस गाने के साथ क्या करूंगा अगर मुझे गाना तो मैं किस scale में गाऊं? So you have to pick the scale that's suited to you. For example, I was doing this in this A minor, which is actually not A minor because I tuned my guitar too low. Let's not go there. So I think this would be a better scale for me. मैं अजनबी तू ही कहीं आवाज़ दे कहीं से. The reason I'm choosing to go this low in the beginning is that it goes way high. मैं यहाँ टुकड़ों में जी रहा हूँ, तू कहीं टुकड़ों में जी रही है. अजनबी तू ही कभी आवाज़ दे कहीं से. रोज रोज रेशम सी हवा आत जात कहती है बता रेशम सी हवा. वो जो दूर धुली मासूम कली वो है कहाँ कहाँ है तेरा निशा कहाँ है तेरा जहाँ कहाँ है. मैं अधूरा तू अधूरी जी रही है. Okay, now this is in this scale. If I were to take it two up, this is how you have to do it. So if I अजनबी तू भी कभी आस दे कहीं से, मैं यहाँ टुकड़ों में जी रहा हूँ, मैं यहाँ टुकड़ों में जी रहा हूँ, तू कहीं टुकड़ों में जी रही है. Sounding better? But let me see what happens when I reach the high part. मैं यहाँ तरा रोज रोज रेशम सी हवा आप जात नर 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 वो जो दूध दुली मासूम कली वो है कहाँ कहाँ है मेरा जहाँ कहाँ है तेरा निशा कहाँ है मैं अधूरा. Okay, so this is possibly even slightly better. So this is how you find the pitch of the song that suits you. So that's one. Okay. Find your key, take your key, ignore what was done in the original because you are not that person. Number one. When you're singing a duet, Sanjay, like you did in Bande,
Yeah.
There is compromise made on both sides, both by the female and the male singer. Because generally male pitches are too high, comfortable male pitches are too high for women and comfortable female pitches are too high for men. Okay? So you have to both find a mean that is good. Okay, wait, something has happened. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
I hear a sound that I should not be hearing, which means some dog is up to no good.
So I'll bring in Anupma to tell the audience about how to ask the questions once we come back.
Please,
You know, yes.
please,
Anupma,
please.
please do that now.
Thanks, Dr. Dhawan. I'd already put the rules in the group chat and people have started posting in questions. We have fewer questions on Zoom, but we have more questions on Facebook.
So I think people who are on the Zoom can be brought in to ask the question themselves once we come to the question answer part of the talk now.
Sure. Yeah. So whenever you want us to ask questions, just let us know and I'll start announcing people's names one after the other and they can ask.
Great, great. So I think that since Rahul is, so I think we can continue with his song meanwhile.
Sure.
Oh, he's back. Is he back?
Yeah,
he's back now. I can hear his whistle now.
That's a song I love.
Yes.
Ye shaam mastani madhosh kiye jaye.
So let's hear that now.
अब इसमें क्या है कि I found for myself that my whistling pitch, the pitch which I whistle a song automatically, is wrong for my singing. They're different. Yeah. Okay. So, even though this song has whistling as well, now, and this is a normal, GCD type song, 3-chord. Ye shaam mastani madhosh kiye jaye, mujhe to koi khiche teri oor liye jaye. जब मैं करूं मुझे रो देती है क्यों तेरी मीठी नजर मुझे तो देती है क्यों तेरी नजर बन के जुबान लेकिन तेरे पैगाम दिए जाए. Sorry, I messed up the words because that's not the last two lines of the first verse. है ना?
That's okay.
तेरी आया तेरी शर्म तेरी कसम मेरे होश की. I think that's the one. एक रूठी हुई से आता है तेरी नजर बन के जुबान. Yes, I remember. Now that's another thing you learn about people who sing is that they are horrible at lyrics. हमेशा ना आप ये देखोगे, बड़ा मजा आता है मेरे को कि मान लो एक पार्टी पे ना हम 20 लोग बैठ के मस्ती कर रहे हैं और गाना वाना गा रहे हैं, तो लिरिक्स उन्हें याद रहता है जो गा नहीं सकते, और गाते वो हैं जिन्हें लिरिक्स याद नहीं रहता. ये हमेशा एक ना एक है. There is always this, you'll find the person who can't sing is telling you, oh, एक रोटी हुई नहीं यार, वो गलत गा रहा है, तू ये गा रहा है. And you're like, man, all I'm interested in is the tune. Frankly, most singers को एक बार ट्यून बैठ गया ना दिमाग में, उनको लिरिक्स से खास लेना देना नहीं होता है, unless the lyrics are so fantastic that you are just fascinated and just, अरे यार क्या बात है, क्या बोला है, फिर उसके सीक्वेंस में तुम्हारे दिमाग में रह जाता है. और you performed it on stage also. You will see, when you see all these guys performing on stage, ना, they keep referring to the lyrics. देखा आपने?
Yeah.
है ना, क्योंकि उनके पास एक iPad होता है आजकल, जिसे वो गाने के लिरिक्स, क्योंकि उन्हें याद नहीं है. 50 गाने गा चुके हैं. और मैं आपको सच बताऊं, ये एक और चीज आप सीखिए बॉलीवुड के बारे में, कि मैं जब बॉलीवुड का गाना गाता हूँ, नॉर्मली my acquaintance with the song begins when I'm in the studio. It's a horrible way of doing things. It's a money-saving way, but it's a terrible way. It's also money-saving, plus, with the chori that happens, people are not that happy to give out the tune to a singer beforehand. Only if you trust them implicitly and completely will you give it out. So that's what should happen. Because, till you live with a song, उस गाने को अपना बना के अपने दिल में घुसा के फिर अगर आप गाएंगे तो उसका मजा कुछ और ही होगा. वैसे ही इतने सुंदर गाने, सोचो और कितने सुंदर हो सकते थे. Correct. अगर उस बंदे या बंदी को एक हफ्ते या 10 दिन पहले गाना दिया जाता. Anyway, so because my acquaintance with the song is only once I enter the studio, I sing it in 2-3 hours and I get out, and then it becomes a hit and people ask me to sing it again. I don't remember it. That's why I need the lyrics in front of me to remind me. Acha, ye tha. Okay, yeah. So that's what happens. Notice that in Indian Ocean we don't do that because we live with the song. The song is made by us over months and months. So anyway, ये है कि lyricist जो lyrics जिसे याद रहती है उसे गाना नहीं आता, और गाना जिसे आता है उसको lyrics याद रहती है.
So is singing only a natural gift and based on genetics, or can one learn and improve?
So there are two schools of thought on this, frankly. There's a friend of mine who's a very good musician, Kem Trivedi. He used to be keyboard player for a band called Silk Route. जिन्होंने वो डूबा डूबा रहता हूँ.
Right.
So Kem is a trained musician from the Juilliard School of Music in England, and he feels that everybody can sing. That everybody can sing. And what he says is backed up by my experiences in the Adivasi villages of the Narmada Valley. जब आप देखते हो ना ये आदिवासी लड़के लड़कियां एक साथ मिलके जो गाते हैं, एक मैजिक होता है उसमें. They're all singing. The weird part is that if you take them out individually and say, अब तो ये गाना गा, a lot of them cannot sing in tune. So this is something that is happens as a collective. So in other words, all of them can sing in tune, but when asked to sing separately, they can't sing in tune. Strange, but true. Okay. I, on the other hand, believe that basic धुन में मतलब रहने की ability necessary है before you start singing. Because there are, according to me, some पैदाइशी बेसुरे. We have all met them. Okay. कि आप कुछ भी कर दो ना, वो हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू भी सुर में नहीं गा पाएंगे, और वो उनको पता भी नहीं लगता है कि वो सुर में नहीं है. See, that's the important thing. अगर आपको पता लगे कि आप बेसुरे हो, तब तो there is some hope because at least you have some ear. But अगर आपको पता ही नहीं चले कि आप बेसुरा गा रहे हो, तब कैसे सिखाओगे किसी को? So two schools of thought, frankly, both exist, and I tend to say that partly what you said, ki genetic ability, if at least not to sing, at least to recognize when you're not in tune.
Right. So is singing all about swar and tal, or is it more to it? As you said, you have to live this song, so.
Yeah. So singing, see, when you're recording something, चार चीजें हैं. एक तो सुर, obviously. दूसरा ताल, which for those of you who are completely like the rhythm of the song, you can sing in tune and still sing slightly out of rhythm, and it will not sound as good as if you sang in rhythm, right? Because the rhythm imposes certain constraints on you as a singer, which you have to go with. तीसरा है उच्चारण, okay, pronouncing the words properly. And the fourth is the most difficult thing, which is the emotion. Okay, the emotion of the song, of the lyrics, how you choose to project that is something which can very often be done by the music director. This is where I find it interesting. He says, "Sir, ये ऐसे वाला नहीं है, इसमें ये ऐसे वाला है." Okay? या सर इसको थोड़ा ज्यादा aggressively गा दीजिए, या इसको आपने ज्यादा aggressively गा दिया है, इसको थोड़ा soft कर दीजिए. So I can also sing दो दिन का ये मेला है, दो दिन का. अब वो गाने के साथ, गाने के फिल्म वो देखा हुआ है, वो जाएगा ही नहीं. पर सुर में गा रहा हूं, रिदम में गा रहा हूं, उच्चारण भी करेक्ट है, बट द मूड रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द सॉन्ग करेक्ट नहीं है. ठीक है. और पांचवी चीज जिसके ऊपर आपका कोई कंट्रोल नहीं है, वो शुभा मुद्गल had mentioned it once, तासीर. There is something called तासीर, उर्दू शब्द है, which is to deal with the effect of your voice on people. Okay. Some people's voices have certain things to them. What the Western में pitch, timbre जिसे कहते हैं ना, timbre of your voice. So that is under your control a little bit, the singers, because you can sing in different ways. Like Arijit and Sunidhi Chauhan are experts in this. They can sing in so many different ways. Kishore Da, of course, was an expert at the emotion part, but also at changing the way his voice sounded in different songs. You sing differently. We all do that. All singers do that a little bit, but to have that ability beyond a point is something that is very difficult to get, and that's what but why certain singers work, like, for example, to me, Himesh Reshammiya is terrible. If I was to sing Himesh Reshammiya, I would block one nostril and stick out my jaw and sing like this. Kitane hormone jogitini wasate soni all day all night. But it works. And as a music composer, Himesh made awesome tunes. If you listen to just the melody, they're awesome. अब क्या है कि चल गया. So that style. अब देखो तो अगर आप पीछे जाओगे 50s में nasal singing was very in. सुरैया जी अगर आप, हम सभी जानते हैं, ओ मेरा चांद में वो जो that nasality, that style of singing, or even that lady later in the 70s who sang she's a 2-song wonder, this Pakistani lady yaar, भूल गया मैं आ जाएगा मेरे दिमाग में, I will suddenly tell you. But
Salma Agha. Yeah.
What is that song? The famous song? हम सबके, it's there, right? It's there.
Yes, yes.
It's there.
Salma Agha and Deepak Parashar came in that movie,
है ना?
Yes, yeah.
And she actually acted in it as well.
Yes.
Wonderful looking lady and great voice. And then she just faded away, I think, because she probably got married and the husband did not allow her to sing. Some such rubbish happened. ये patriarchy अभी भी हमारे साथ है. मैं सच बता रहा हूँ आपको कि क्यों भाई नहीं मना कर दिया तो नहीं गाया, बंद कर दिया. ऐसे बहुत, in fact, very modern people have also had this happen to them. Sunita Rao karke, there used to be this lady who used to sing.
Yes.
Even her career was. आप माधुरी दीक्षित को देख लो. 20 years break because the family wouldn't have liked it. Okay. Suppose Sanjay, your wife says मेरे को डॉक्टरी पसंद नहीं है, तो कल शादी करेगा पर कल से डॉक्टरी बंद. तुम्हें कैसे लगेगा? अजीब सा लगेगा ना. Anyway, but positive. But positive is a bad thing nowadays, यार. ये positive निकला है रे.
Yeah.
ये तो
Yes, it's better to be negative nowadays. You know? Great.
But anyway, I look at all these other things also. मैं क्या करूँ? Anyway, so back to nasality and tonality of the voice. And those are some things which are partly under your control, but partly not. Like Oshin Chakravarti used to sing for Indian Ocean. Man, that उस आदमी के गले में जो effect था, it was superb. And certain people's voice, like Mohit Chauhan, I think is a very unique voice. आप सुनते हो और आप जानते हो. Arijit Singh chameleon है. He can sound like anybody. So I actually don't know what his actual voice is like. And I think he has probably forgotten by now. But I would have to hang out with him and hear him humming and just singing to himself to figure out that actually वो ये गाता है. Same with Sunidhi. Sunidhi can sing like 30 people. But unique sound. Okay, Lata ji, for example. Nobody can sound like Lata ji. That it is a bell-like clarity to her singing in perfect pitch. मतलब वो आप replicate नहीं कर सकते. तो ये सब चीजें हैं जो कि and how to sing better में मैं दूसरी बात ये कहूँगा. एक तो मुंह खोलो.
Yes, I was coming to that point.
Open your mouth. You please don't sing like this. Why a lot of people sing like this? I don't understand. Maybe lack of confidence is one reason for singing like this. But why? गा रहे हो यार, ठीक है तुमने बेस लगा दिया, तो क्या हुआ? दिल खोल के गाओ. That has to be part of how to sing better. Open your heart, let it come out.
So it's just about opening mouth or opening your throat also.
यार mouth खोलेगा तभी तो throat खोलेगा ना.
Yes.
There is a sequence of events which has to be followed. If you don't open your mouth, you cannot open your throat.
Exactly.
It's all linked, right? So open your mouth, then the throat. But opening the throat has to be much more carefully controlled. And there is also excess of opening mouth. वो भी हो सकता है. मैं तेरा चांद तू मेरी रात, ये नहीं करना है ना. तो ये एक हर चीज में excess is bad. But this way excess and this way excess दोनों ही खराब है. Throat opening also. Throat opening means there are certain parts of, say, Bande, the part you played. The first line should not be delivered with a full throat. Are ruk ja. It's like, it's a plea. Okay? But the ho, you can open your throat. So depending on the lyrics and the requirement of the song at that time, you have to manage all these unconsciously in your head. Subconsciously. It has to enter the level of driving, for example. Now that you're a driver, you are doing actually 10, 15 complicated things at the same time without being aware that you're doing them. And every one of those things was a huge problem for you when you learned how to drive. Accelerator pe kitna pair jayega, gear kab change karunga, kaun se gear. Everything was steering. Gear bhi badalna hai, steering bhi dekhna hai, disha bhi dekhni hai, traffic bhi. It was like oh, shut up. So, you have to be able to do all this, and this comes with practice, and this comes with, but you have to know that these things are there. कि तुम्हारे पास ये सब चीजें हैं. ऐसा नहीं है कि तुम्हारे पास नहीं है, सब कुछ है तुम्हारे पास. इसको यूज करो. कहाँ फुल थ्रोट होगा, कहाँ नहीं होगा. हर जगह हर गाने में फुल थ्रोट नहीं होना चाहिए, है ना. Like Tears in Heaven, for example, that song. Mm-hmm. No part of that song is actually full-throated. Because it's a sad lament for a dead child, right? Did you call my name? If I saw you in heaven, I must be strong. You're opening your mouth more. I belong. You're projecting the volume. 'Cause I know I don't belong. here in heaven. So the way you choose to sing that song is key to how that song gets received, affected, how it affects people, all those things. आगे पूछो. मैं तो बोलते रहता हूँ. I can talk into infinity. I'm sorry, but it's like.
So they say about warming up the voice before singing. Is that important? And how do you warm up your voice now?
देखो मैं तो नहीं करता. सच बताऊं तो मैं कोई वार्म अप नहीं करता. देखो ऐसे है कि इसमें भी 5-6 स्कूल्स ऑफ थॉट है. एक स्कूल ऑफ थॉट है जो कहती है वार्म अप करो. वो डीजल इंजन की तरह आवाज है. पुरानी वाली जो होती नहीं थी, एक वो हीटर प्रेस करना पड़ता था. वो जब तक गर्म नहीं होता तो इसलिए सर्दी में वो पुराने डीजल की गाड़ियां शुरू भी नहीं होती थी और ऐसे खड़ी करनी पड़ती थी स्लोप पे ताकि वो फ्लो आए. तो ये सब है. हर का गला अलग होता है. वी आर ऑल यूनिक इंडिविजुअल्स. सो सम पीपल विल से ये ठंडा पानी नहीं, तेल वाला नहीं, तो मेरा गला खराब हो जाता है. एंड दिस इज ट्रू. उनका गला खराब हो जाता है. Warming up, having things to eat before you sing. You know, when you sing, actually your stomach comes into play. Your diaphragm comes into play. Your lungs come into play, obviously. So if you eat, and खास करके if you eat fat, समोसे खा लिए 2 शो से पहले, खत्म है तू. क्योंकि वो समोसे है ना बीच में ढका रहेगा, इतना मैं आपको बता सकता हूँ. और एसिडिटी आएगी, इतना भी मैं आपको बता सकता हूँ. मत करो. सैंडविच खा लो या कुछ भी मत खाओ. Like this is the occupational hazard. You know, all our shows happen in the evening. So by the end I can't eat for 2 hours before the show. So my thing does that. No warming up. No, वो पीछे नहीं कर रहा हूँ मैं. खाना नहीं खा रहा हूँ और चाय कॉफी भी नहीं पी रहा हूँ. जूस भी नहीं पी रहा हूँ, पानी पी रहा हूँ बस, और कुछ नहीं. तो उसका शो खत्म करके होटल पहुंचते पहुंचते इतना लेट हो जाता है कि बुफे बंद हो जाता है और वो घटिया रूम सर्विस से खाना पड़ता है. The number of lousy club sandwiches I have been forced to eat in my life, just because the show finished at this time and there was nothing else on the menu and the buffet was shut. And thank you very much and bye bye. So warming up your voice depends on the kind of voice you have. You know, not eating depends on the kind of voice you have. Not having cold water. अब मेरे साथ इंडियन ओशन में आज जो हिमांशु जी गाते, वो जिंदगी में ठंडा पानी नहीं पीते क्योंकि उनका गला बैठ जाता है. मैं अभी भी ठंडा पानी पी रहा हूं, मेरा गला नहीं बैठता है. बट सवेरे उठ के डायरेक्ट उठ के गाना इज नॉट दैट ग्रेट थिंग. मगर हमारे हिंदुस्तान शास्त्रीय संगीत में ये कहते हैं कि सवेरे का रियाज बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. यू नो, उस टाइम पे सवेरे में कहते हैं शास्त्रीय में कि नीचे खरज में गाओ. Your voice will go lower in the morning. As we all know, when we wake up, our voices are a little bit more like this, and we tend to speak like that in the morning. और वो gradually ठीक हो जाता है. And that's why people are encouraged to reach the lower levels of their voice possibilities in the morning. खरज में रियाज सवेरे सवेरे. And बाद में, as you go through the day, your voice opens up more and more. That's why a lot of singers you will find will say कि मैं 11 बजे स्टूडियो नहीं आ रहा हूँ, मैं 6 बजे आ रहा हूँ शाम को. वहां उस टाइम पे मेरी वॉइस फुल्ली खुलती है. कुछ और सिंगर्स कहते हैं सर सवेरे प्लीज, शाम तक मेरी वॉइस बैठ जाती है. Everybody is unique. Everybody is different. Everybody has to find out what works for them and what does not work for them. Yes, opening up, warming up will work for some people. Opening up, warming up may not particularly do anything for some people, but it can't harm you.
Right.
You know, it can't harm you. Like when we are on stage, our vocalist Himanshu will say, "यार पहला गाना ये मत करना." पहला गाना कुछ ऐसे करते हैं जिसमें मेरे को ज्यादा ऊपर नहीं गाना पड़ता है, मेरा गला खुल जाएगा. तो ये another, so you say, okay, cool, yeah, whatever you say, we'll do it. So different people have different things.
You mentioned about breath control and diaphragm and abdomen and all. Can you tell us more about it? How to develop that?
Okay, one, don't do like I do, don't smoke. Okay. Smoking cuts down your longer note, ability to hold a note for a long time without it dropping in pitch. Depends on this, okay? Secondly, in operatic singing in the West, they teach you different types. So there is the throat, there is the head, which is when wo jo opera mein aap sunte ho, those voices are coming from these cavities, the resonance of the sinuses is very important. Okay? Normal and full-throated voice will cause your everything to come out like this. So, depending on where you're going, what you're singing, what volume you're bringing out, different parts of your body will start helping you sing. The whole body sings. See, हिंदुस्तानी में बैठ के गाते हैं. That way they feel that all the energy is here, centered. You're not wasting energy on your legs. You have a stable base to sing. Okay? Now we guys stand and sing. Because I think the movement of the music makes us sing even more passionately. On the other hand, माइकल जैक्सन वो तो नाच के गाता है यार. मेरे को इसलिए कभी-कभी लगता है कि वो वीडियो झूठ है. हाँ, मैं सच बताऊं, अगर how can you land like this on the floor and then not come out of your throat while you're singing? Try it. It's not possible. तो मुझे लगता है वो थोड़ा गड़बड़ है उसमें. मगर नाच के गाते हैं कुछ लोग. भंगड़ा, energetic dance while singing, you know, gidda, bhangra, even if you have the dandiya, if you're going to sing while doing this and coordinating. So different types of singing will require different types of use of the whole body, and control of the chest and the stomach is very important for the full-throated, for the full belting out of something. And you have to keep that in mind. कि if you want to belt something out, which is यार मजे में पूरा सब एक लोग जैसे स्टेडियम में नहीं गाते लोग. Oh, you can hear those football stadiums singing. They're all giving it their all. हैं? तो उसमें एक मजा आता है. Like जनगण मन की जय हे में पूरा जय हे ये गाना है ना तुम्हें, पूरा अपना देश के लिए सब. I'm putting my whole strength into it. So that's beautiful, you know, that the song is structured so that the end is a full love for your country. Whereas the rest can be softer. So it depends. बीच में तो geography है ना, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा, तो ठीक है. वो आपको जैसे गाना आप गा सकते हो. Sorry, I'm breaking up.
You said that everybody has their voice register, you know, and a voice range. How to increase that range, you know?
Okay, so increase is practice, really, and don't go above a certain point. देख कुछ तो होता है falsetto. आप falsetto समझते हो?
Yeah.
The false voice. Okay.
Yeah.
Because the true voice switches over to the false voice, which is all powered by this part of your head. Is not my true voice, right? So you can, by just repeatedly going sare gama pada ni sare gama pada ni ra pa re sari da pa ma ga re sari da pa पे मेरा फेल हो गया है ना, ऐसे आ रहा है टूटा हुआ. अब मैं अगर हर दिन बैठ के इसको repeatedly करते जाऊं, it's like touching your toes during yoga. Okay? पहले दिन नहीं होता है और hamstrings में दर्द होती है. धीरे धीरे you get the flexibility in your body to do things that you didn't even think your body could do. तो साधना से होता है, रियाज से होता है, और beyond a certain range, ऊपर या नीचे नहीं, तुम्हारा एक natural range है, उसको तुम ज्यादा से ज्यादा ना एक सेमीटोन ऊपर और एक सेमीटोन नीचे, या 2 सेमीटोन ऊपर 2 सेमीटोन, उससे ज्यादा नहीं कर पाते. क्यों और करोगे भी क्यों? So range से क्या होता है? What does range give you? Tell me.
Basically, to sing more type of song, to get the
To
higher
sing
notes,
songs that require a huge range.
higher range, yes, no,
Yeah.
higher notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some songs require insanely great ranges. But some of the great Indian vocalists had a range of 1.5 octaves only. Classical में आप ये अपने यार धारवाड़ के हमारे ग्रेट सिंगर 1.5 ऑक्टेव का रेंज था, ठीक है. हिंदुस्तानी में आप देखोगे कि रेंज को कोई खास भाव नहीं देता है. नोटिस किया आपने?
करेक्ट.
अब नुसरत फतेह अली खान साहब का रेंज ह्यूज, 3-3.5 ऑक्टेव का रेंज है. मेरा रेंज 3 ऑक्टेव का भी नहीं है. It's 2 octaves and dha. Okay, so that much I can go up to. And as you get older, your range comes down. You have to face this reality. As the vocal cords lose the flexibility, you will go back in time if you follow, like, let's say these English bands that have been performing for 30 years, 40 years. Okay? If you see a recording from the 60s and a recording from the 2010s, the same song by the same band, they've all lowered their pitch by 2 or 3 semitones. Hota hai. The older you get, the less high you can sing. There is a certain ossification, or as you know, after doctor, you know better than me what I'm talking about, that there is a certain calcification that happens to the vocal cords, a certain loss of flexibility, let's say, a certain thickening of the cords that happens. Like a lot of old people have cracked voices. वो गया हमेशा के लिए. अरे बेटा क्या वो जो कॉमेडी है हमारी हिंदी फिल्मों में, that's a reality. There are some people who've lost their voices. But women, for example, their voices come down as they become older. But that's probably because of the androgen, estrogen thing. There are a lot of reasons for these things happening. So range increase is by practice. And when you're my age and your age, Sanjay, everybody, we are the same age. We don't look at, he looks 20 years younger than me. Ignore the fact he's hiding it well. So, that's kidding you. So, at my age, ऊपर जाने की ज़्यादा कोशिश मत करो. जितना होता है, I used to have, when I was in college, there were kids who, singers would say, यार खून निकल आया मेरे गले से, मैं इतना हाई गाने को क्यों बाबा, गला है तुम्हारा यार, पूरी जिंदगी रहेगी तुम्हारे साथ, खून क्यों निकलवा रहे हो? ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. It's something you should do. So practice. You know when your voice starts stressing out. Also, all singers must learn कि जैसे नारे लगाते हैं ना, नारे
yeah इनकलाब जिंदाबाद
मत लगा.
Yeah.
Because नारे से तुम्हारा गला आधे दिन में बैठ जाएगा. Really. So जो नारे लगाते, क्योंकि मैं तो नर्मदा आंदोलन में था ना यार, बड़े सारे लोग नारे लगाते, बहुत प्रदर्शनियां ये वो नारे वारे, जो सालों से नारे लगा रहे हैं उनका एक गला अलग है. They have a different voice. You try and do a full throated nara, within 5 minutes you will start sounding like this. बैठ जाएगा गला बिल्कुल. तो यार ये क्या हो गया? मेरा गला बैठ गया. And it will take you a couple of days for it to come back. Really. And don't try and sing like R.D. Burman either. Either. किया है कभी कोशिश?
Not me.
आधे मिनट में गला बैठ जाए. Because R.D.'s natural voice was like that. So I don't know what happened. Maybe he tried to sing too much. Especially adolescents have to be careful. People whose voices are breaking have to be really careful not to sing too much, too high when their voices are breaking, because they can permanently impair their voice. Be careful. Be very careful about singing at that point.
You talked about ucharan. So how important is diction and phrasing?
Okay, it's important in the sense that अगर मैं हिंदी में गाना गा रहा हूं तो ऐसे लगना चाहिए कि मैं हिंदी में गाना गा रहा हूं. पर अगर मैं clearly जैसे the best example I have of how ucharan doesn't matter that much is प्यार तो होना ही था, है ना. रीमो बेचारा ता बोला है, था नहीं हुआ रीमो से, और उसको करेक्ट भी नहीं किया गया. याद है आपको ये गाना?
Yes.
तो प्यार तो होना ही था is what he has sung. होना ही था. Like even this song that you played for that song that I sung, अरे दो दिन का ये मेला, I'm not saying है. It's almost implicit. दो दिन का ये मेला, दो दिन का, it's not है. तो हाँ जो है ना, अगर आप है बोलोगे एक ब्लप आएगा माइक पे. So उस टाइम पे उच्चारण को आप थोड़ा ये कर सकते हो. But other songs where you are not clearly the singer of that language, Usha Uthup is a past master at being able to sing in many different languages without it sounding like she's not that. So वहाँ उच्चारण नहीं, पर अपने या तुम you are trying to convey. This is where the Angrez people do not give much importance. There's a difference between the requirements of Bollywood and the requirements of English pop singing, let us say. See, because Bob Marley has a Jamaican accent, man. He's going to talk like that. He's not going to be able to sing an English song the way a British man sings it. He's going to sing it like Michael Holding talks. And that's his language. अब वहाँ पे क्या उच्चारण, किसका उच्चारण पता नहीं. पर हिंदी में अगर आप हिंदी में बॉलीवुड में गा रहे हो तो आपका उच्चारण करेक्ट. मेरे को जैसे एक प्रॉब्लम, मुझे जैसे लाइक आई से मेरे को, I should not be, I should be saying मुझे, but I am not a native speaker of Hindi. मैं दिल्ली में बड़ा हुआ हूँ, मगर मेरी माँ बंगालन और मेरे बाप कर्नाटक. तो घर में कोई नहीं हिंदी में बोलता था बचपन में, मगर आसपास हिंदी में बोलते थे. वो हिंदी ऑब्वियसली सीख गए. और मेरी हिंदी मेरी माँ और मेरे बाप से बेहतर है, क्योंकि मैं दिल्ली में पढ़ा हूँ. तब भी मैं मेरे को बोलता हूँ, मुझे नहीं बोलता, जो कि बोलना चाहिए मुझे. I should say मुझे. When I sing a Bengali song, because my mother is Bengali, I get the pronunciation right. But if I were to sing a Tamil song, that would be a challenge. And it would be a challenge for almost everybody from North India. Because the ra, 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 la, 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 you Tamil mein hai na, Dravida Munneta Kayagam, you have to say Kayagam. Not that easy. But Ucharan is important if you're trying to get the emotion across. The emotion comes better with Ucharan. But तू अब सोच, जो इश्क, प्रेम, जो शब्द अगर मैं उसे गा रहा हूं, love is an easier word to put emotion into than ishq. You know, just by pronunciation. Ishq, ishq, you can change that style, you know. Ishq, ishq. Tumhe ishq. You can do that. But I love you. I love you. I love you. You can bring more variations into that. So certain words lend themselves to being sung in certain ways. And changing the official ucharan, love hai, love nahi hai. But I'll sing that and I'll get my meaning across better. So as in most of the cases, there are no fixed boundaries, but there are rules that you can go by. कि उच्चारण इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि दूसरों को समझना चाहिए आप क्या कहने की कोशिश कर रहे हो. पर एक बार आपने समझा दिया, फिर आगे तुम्हारे हाथ में. अब सोचो ना, जैसे हमारे दोस्त कहते थे कि हेमंत कुमार, no matter what, had a slight Bengali touch to his Hindi singing. I don't know if you agree, Sanjay, but I think you might. It's somewhere it comes out.
It sounds different, yes.
Yes, and Punjabi singers have a slight Punjabi touch to their Hindi singing.
Correct.
वो attractive है actually. It's not unattractive. Whereas Kishore Kumar, but Kishore Kumar, see, he didn't grow up in Bengal, है ना? बड़े तो वो मेरे ख्याल रायपुर में हुए ना?
अरे मांडवा.
मांडवा फिर तो छोड़ दो, तो फुल MP है जहाँ बहुत सुंदर हिंदी बोली जाती है.
Yes.
MP is in fact one of the states where the most beautiful, clean हिंदी हिंदुस्तानी भी नहीं, मैं कह रहा हूँ होशंगाबाद अगर आप चले जाएं तो होशंगाबाद की हिंदी इतनी सुंदर होती है, प्योर, जबकि भोपाल में और इंदौर में थोड़ी हिंदुस्तानी है और मजा आ जाता है। तो ऑब्वियसली किशोर कुमार बड़े हुए मेरे जैसे हिंदी बोलते, घर पे बांग्ला बोलते होंगे, बोलते थे, मगर हिंदी बोलते बोलते बड़े हुए, इसलिए उनके उच्चारण में कोई आप बंगाली का टच फाइंड नहीं करोगे। अगर उन्हें इच्छा नहीं, इच्छा अनुसार उन्हें अगर चाहिए होता वो बंगाली टच ला सकते, अपने सिंगिंग में ला सकते थे। I mean, he's gone, but so to make a short answer very long, this is what
So people like me and other amateurs who sing karaoke and on Smule and Star Maker, what is your advice?
Okay, one, pick songs that suit your voice. All right? Don't, in the beginning, pick songs that are too tough for you. Know your limitations and work on them, right? जैसे मैं कह रहा था रेंज और गला खोल के गाना और मुश्किल गानों को आप 50 बार गाइए, और देखो कुछ है चीजें हैं जो आप नहीं कर पाओगे अपने लिमिटेशंस के अंदर, जो मैं नहीं कर पाता, मैं ट्राई ही नहीं करता। जैसे जहां पे क्लासिकल सरगम लगाना है, like even in the song that I sang, Hey Ajnabi, that down is not something which is very comfortable to. You know that part, जी रही है, you know that सांप की तरह जो निकलता ना वो है मैं नहीं कर पाता हूँ, मेरे पास उतनी ट्रेनिंग और कंट्रोल नहीं है अपने वॉइस के ऊपर, ठीक है। मगर वो ट्रेनिंग और कंट्रोल अगर आप कभी क्लासिकल सीखे हैं तो आप उसे कंटिन्यू कीजिए, इम्प्रूव दैट, pick the song, pick the scale, like I said right at the beginning. Do not emulate the original singer's scale unless it happens to suit you. Okay? Unfortunately, karaoke, I've never done karaoke, so I have no idea what happens. Does it come in a fixed scale or can you up and down the scale?
Fixed scale in some places, like Smule, the scale is fixed. On Star Maker, you can change the pitch, you know.
Yeah, so change the pitch to what suits you, you know. Because वो क्या, वो एक फिक्स स्केल में उन्होंने क्या किया, उन्होंने सिर्फ वोकल निकाल दिए ना ओरिजिनल गाने से, वोकल ट्रैक्स हटा दिए। अब वो you are trapped. Your choices have been reduced to 1/12 of your choices or 1/11 of your choices, let's say, right? Because there are 12 notes, सा to सा, chromatic में. अब उसने G में गा दिया तो you are forced to sing in G if you are using that backing track, whereas your voice may be more comfortable singing it in F or singing it in A, in which case you have trapped yourself and you are trying to sing a song that you love, that you can sing well in a scale that doesn't suit you. So even with me, for, you know, when I play Phoolon ki rang se, Dil ki kalam se, I play it in D because it's easier to play the guitar. But it's actually too low a scale for me. I should actually be playing it in F minor, but F minor mein, like, okay, too many chords, too many complications. So we all make our own mistakes. So that's the other thing. Pick your scale, pick the song that you're good at, practice a lot, which I guess all of us do, and you know, sing to yourself, yaar. काम करते करते गाना गाओ, कपड़े धोते धोते गाना गाओ, बर्तन धोते धोते गाना गाओ, गाड़ी चलाते चलाते गाना गाओ। जितना गाओगे ना उतना मजा आएगा लाइफ में, मुझे तो ये लगता है। ये तो पान वालों से फ्री पान मिलता है यार, मैं पान की दुकान पे मैं सीटी बजाता हूँ, पता है, I whistle to myself unconsciously. तो भाई साहब मजा आ गया, ये लीजिए नहीं पान, क्योंकि उनको सीडी पसंद आ गया। तो ऐसे गाओ, शर्माओ मत। ये एक बहुत होता है, जो एमेच्योर सिंगर्स होते हैं ना, वो सोचते हैं कि यार, you know, the thing is everybody loves song and singing. बहुत ही कम ऐसे औरंगजेब होंगे इस दुनिया में जिन्हें गाना पसंद नहीं है। कुछ होते हैं लोग जो, मैं आपको सच बता रहा हूँ, मैं एक बार ना फ्लाइट में था अमित शाह के साथ, और मेरा क्या है कि मैं बैठे बैठे सीटी बजा रहा था। You know, they came and asked me to shut up because they said, sir, if you don't mind, one of the fellow passengers is objecting to you whistling. उसके शायद ईगो पे लग रहा होगा कि मेरे प्रेजेंस में सीटी बजा रहा है, हो ही सकता है। तो कुछ आगे जैसे रूस में आप नहीं गा सकते हो, सीटी नहीं बजा सकते। रूस में सीटी बजाना इज टर्म टू बी एन इंसल्ट। मेरे को डांट पिटी है, मैं रूस में टूर कर रहा था और हम सवेरे सवेरे एक ट्रेन ले रहे थे from a place called Kazan to a place called Ekaterinburg. So it was the Trans-Siberian Railway. I was all excited. ठीक है यार, Trans-Siberian Railway, नाम सुना है, उस पर ट्रैवल करूंगा, वाह मजा आएगा। तो मैं करते सडनली एक टिकट क्यों चिल्लाता है, रूस में बोल गया, मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा क्या बोल रहा है। तो हमारे साथ जो इंटरप्रेटर थी उसने बोला he is saying don't whistle. So I said why? No, in Russia it's considered bad to whistle in public. अब आदिवासी इलाकों में जहां मैं था, झाबुआ में, रात को सीटी नहीं बजाते। रात को सीटी बजाना is supposed to be an invitation to the भूत। तो सोचो कितना इंटरेस्टिंग है ना कि अरे रात को, अच्छा ठीक है नहीं बजाऊंगा, अगर तुम्हें लगता है कि भूत आ जाएंगे रात को सीटी बजाने से। I don't know what other myths around singing and whistling exist in different parts of the world. It will be very interesting to find out.
Correct, yes.
And it's so unexpected, ना कि रशिया में इंसल्ट हो रहा है या मैं ऐसे कर रहा हूँ उसको, और मध्य प्रदेश के झाबुआ जिला में मैं भूत बुला रहा हूँ, जबकि मेरा ऐसा कोई इरादा ही नहीं था, मेरे तो अंदर से नॉर्मली आ रहा था ऐसे ही। तो quite interesting.
So I think we have some questions also from the expected viewers.
Yeah.
Can you help us with the questions, please?
Yeah. So, first invite Shaved Singhi to ask his question. Shaved, I'll unmute you and I'll start your video now. Shaved, are you here? Yeah. Please ask your question, Shaved.
Sir, good afternoon, Mr. Rahul. It was great, lovely points you made regarding the correcting of your scale, which I think is a very, very great point. In fact, I loved and I liked the song, which was that song, because I never heard that song, which you sang for Amitabh Bachchan. That song I really liked. Actually, I play tabla. I am learning tabla, and I also like to sing. So I was just, but you already answered that question, that how to increase the vocal range by riyaz. So you already answered my question. And secondly, I was wondering, you said about the timbre. So timbre or timbre, whatever you said. So the tonal quality or the timbre are the same thing, because how your voice is, I mean.
जैसे तुम्हारी आवाज, जैसे देखो यार, हम जब बोलते हैं ना एक दूसरे से, we can recognize different voices, right?
जी.
The differences are just fractional. It's not even expressible as pitch or frequency, because voice में frequency distribution काफी अजीब सा है, it's all over the place. But there's a certain combination of things that stand out that makes somebody's voice sound different from, like my voice sound different from Sanjay's and from yours. Now that is almost a given. उसको आप चेंज करोगे, थोड़ा सा आपके पास कंट्रोल है, पर इतना ज्यादा नहीं है, क्योंकि जितना आप आर्टिफिशियली चेंज करोगे उतना आपके गाने पे असर पड़ेगा. दूसरी बात यह है कि तबला बजा के गाना is one of the toughest arts.
Yeah. I tried once in the face group in with them, these people, and it was my toughest till date.
Yeah. So you know,
very tough.
Chakrabarti, who used to sing with us, used to play tabla and sing, but you know, he knew. और कभी-कभी जब मुश्किल गाने का पड़ा था, वो तबला बजाना छोड़ देता.
Yeah, actually.
जब नॉर्मल ठेके के साथ आपको रिदम में गाना है, फिर तो आप गा सकते हो.
Yeah.
जब ठेका कुछ और कर रहा है और गाना कहीं और जा रहा है, तब बहुत इम्पॉसिबल हो जाता है. और प्लस तबला बजाने के लिए दम चाहिए होता है ना, और गाने के लिए भी दम चाहिए होता है. So the combination is very difficult. I understand.
सर, तबले के लिए मुझे लगता है कम दम चाहिए होता है, लेकिन गाने के लिए ज्यादा दम चाहिए होता है.
वो तो क्योंकि आप तबला बजा रहे हो ना सालों से.
इसलिए, क्योंकि तबला बजाते वक्त गाने में क्या होता है, जब स्थाई हम गा रहे हैं, तब तो क्या है, बेसिक तबला चल रहा है. जब हम अंतरे में कुछ वेरिएशन करना चाहते हैं तबले में, तो नहीं हो पाएगा, फिर वो मिसमैच हो जाता है.
या बहुत मुश्किल है ये करना. और मगर जो तबला बजाते हैं, जो तबला बजाना जानते हैं, they can become great singers. Because I think traditionally in classical singing, they used to teach them tabla first. Because intricate knowledge of the complications and of rhythm are very important to a singer. Because in Hindustani, a singer has to be able to keep that beat pattern in their head. जो तबले वाले naturally कर लेते हैं और variations जब आप करते हो आप जानते हो कि मैं सम पे आके पढ़ूंगा, है ना?
जी। नहीं, हमें क्या है कि इवन नगमा भी, जैसे कि मेरे गुरुजी हैं, तो वो हमने मतलब मैं पंडित मिथिलेश झा से सीख रहा हूँ तबला, बनारस घराना है। तो अब क्या है कि जब लास्ट 10 साल से सीख रहा हूँ, तो उन्होंने सबसे पहले बोला कि जैसे हम सोलो बजाते हैं तबला, तो नगमा बजाना बहुत जरूरी है सीखना, मतलब हारमोनियम पे, कि जो ट्यून है वो आना चाहिए, गाना थोड़ा आना चाहिए, बहुत जरूरी है। और आपने एक वो भी पॉइंट बहुत अच्छा बोला कि जब ग्रुप में आप गाओगे एज अ ग्रुप, मतलब एज अ टीम या एज अ ग्रुप, जैसे आपका इंडियन ओशन है, तो आपका बेटर हो जाता है, क्यों? बिकॉज यू हैव टू एडजस्ट रिदम, ताल, स्केल, एवरीथिंग यू हैव टू एडजस्ट।
हल्का स्पीड एडजस्टमेंट चलते रहता है ना कॉन्स्टेंटली।
Yeah.
For all our listeners, I think this is important that in a studio there is a metronome going tick tock 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 tick tock 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 in your head, okay? So that your speed doesn't change through the song except where desired, and people can layer on top of you, okay? So सबसे पहले रिदम बजता है, क्योंकि रिदम सबसे होल्ड्स एवरीथिंग टुगेदर। उसके ऊपर गिटार बजेगा, उसके अगर वो आउट ऑफ टाइम है तो दूसरे बंदे को उस टाइम पे इतना ही आउट ऑफ टाइम बजाना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है। आप समझ रहे हैं? जबकि जब हम लाइव बजाते हैं एक साथ स्टेज पे, there is a constant little up and down in the speed, you know?
Yes.
We are all mutually adjusting to एक ऐसा है actually movement stage पे, and there are parts where there's more energy, the speed tends to go up. When there's less energy, the speed naturally tends to come down. So these are things that only musicians know.
हाँ, और कभी ज्यादातर क्या है, स्पीड इंक्रीज होने का टेंडेंसी रहता है रिदम का हमेशा, मतलब एट द एंड ऑफ इट
हाफ टाइम नहीं, आप डबल टाइम में ऑब्वियसली व्हेन यू जंप यू टेंड टू जंप अ लिटिल बिट मोर देन 2, है ना? बट फिर आप जब ब्रेक करके फिर हाफ टाइम में आ जाते हो, then do you break too low or do you break half? So all these things, this comes with just practice and practice and practice and practice. That's what a tight rhythm section does.
Thank you very much.
And now I will invite Dr. Manpreet to ask a question. Manpreet, I'm unmuting you. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Okay, Rahul sir, it was a pleasure being part of this. I learned a lot. There were a few things that really I think you are the best person I can ask this. So, you mentioned about lyrics and how important it is to have that emotional connection to what you're singing. And recently I was even telling Dr. Sanjay about it, that Bande song, I love it. Everything was like goosebumps, giving me goosebumps. But then there was one part of it. It may be a very minor thing to you, but this is how my mind thinks. So that part which says, "Are ruk ja re bande ki kudrat has padegi," and I thought, why has padegi? Why not ro padegi? To me personally, just one change in that word, it would have made me connect to that song more. And that happens with me to many songs. I get stuck to one part of a lyric, and then I just cannot attach myself to that song. So what do you suggest for people like me? How can we break through that resistance and still maintain that connection?
Badal do. See, because लेखक क्या कह रहा है? लेखक कह रहा है कि if you stop, nature will laugh. रुक जा रे बंदे कि कुदरत हंस पड़ेगी. अगर नहीं रुकोगे तो कुदरत रो रही है. In other words, so that is interpretation. Which is why it's been written as कि कुदरत हंस पड़ेगी. अरे रुक जा रे बंदे, अरे थम जा रे बंदे. So if you do this, then nature will laugh. Okay? Whereas in the other one, अरे नींदे हैं जख्मी, अरे सपने हैं भूखे. Okay? There is so much that करवट फट पड़ेगी is just poetry. It doesn't mean anything. What does करवट फट पड़ेगी actually mean? There is no meaning to that line, but it gives an emotional connect which otherwise may not happen. Okay, so that if you find some lines don't, for example, did you do the rapping? Who did the rapping in that Bande version?
That is somebody else.
That's someone else.
Okay. So that is something that was done in something that I did took part in last year. MX Player का एक है जहाँ पे एक 20 years later Bande presented by Sneha Kanvilkar with lyrics by Piyush Mishra. So if you listen to it, you should listen to it. What Piyush has done is taken those lyrics that he wrote 20 years ago and rewritten them for the current context.
Right.
तो अगर पीयूष अब उसने लिखा है तो वो तो बदल ही सकता है उसके खुद के, मगर अगर आपको लगे कि मैं एक तो शब्द अगर बदल दूं, बदलो, क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
So I attempted the same with Dr. Sanjay, and that part, it is so violent and so graphic to me. But I really wanted to use some words, some lyrics in between. And I actually used a poetry by Gulzar when I sung it. So I do change it. Is that okay? Does that make much difference?
I mean, look, see, once something is out in the world, people are free to do whatever they want. It's true for everything. Like you know, I will even tell you, a medical technique is constantly being changed, improved upon, adjusted all the time by the practitioners as they see that, look, this works better for me. Right? You guys do this all the time.
Yeah.
So this is, अब यार क्रिकेट सोचो 150 साल से खेल रहे, अब भी ये हेलीकॉप्टर शॉट धोनी बना गया. So you can change, and in fact you will find people do it to their own songs. There's a man called Leonard Cohen, who unfortunately is dead, but he sings a song in which he changes the lyrics when he's singing it at the age of 70 compared to the lyrics he had when he was 20. So it's a song called Like a Bird on a Wire. Okay. Like a drunk in a midnight choir, I have tried in my way to be free. Okay, this is what the basic song is. And like baby stillborn, like a baby stillborn, like a beast with its horn. I have hurt everyone who tried to touch me, is the original lyrics. What he says 50 years later is like a baby stillborn, like a beast with his horn. It was the shape of our love that twisted me. How different, no?
Yeah.
How interesting. So
with age, the perspectives change. And then what you can relate to at 20 is very different than what you can relate to at 70.
Yeah. So, you know, people change tunes, people change. In fact, we've just done something, again, the same Bande thing, उसमें हमने स्नेहा का गाना लिया था, टुंग 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 बाजे टुंग टुंग, उसका हमने अपना वर्जन किया, पूरा बदल दिया हमने उसको. बदलो यार. कौन रोक सकता है?
One more question. So if I have to ask you just one trait that you can just hold on to that will assure that you are progressing as a singer in your life, what would that trait be? Just one thing. You don't want to compromise on that part. If I know that this is what I have to latch on to this that will make sure that I progress as a singer in my life. What would that be?
I would say self-confidence. You know, I mean, I've never thought about this question, so I'm getting it for the first time. So this is my just, you know, off the bat answer is self-confidence, that you have to be confident in your own ability to sing. If you lose that, just like that film, that beautiful film, Abhiman.
Yeah. Yes.
She stopped singing after her baby died, right? She just lost all interest and all confidence and everything. And it took a really big act of, what would I say, support, sacrifice, encouragement to get her to sing again. I think that was, it's a beautiful film. That is an adult film. ये adult film, ये sex violence adult film adult नहीं होता. Film adult होता है कि तुम कितने beautiful themes के साथ deal करते हो जो adults feel करते हैं. You know that Amitabh Bachchan's character beautifully played, how his ego got hurt.
Right.
She sings better than me. You know?
More complex and more mature human emotions that's been portrayed.
Yes. Amazing. It's really great. Yeah. Sorry, I go off the track too often. But yeah, self-confidence is what I would say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
pleasure meeting you here.
Thank you, ma'am. Pleasure.
Thanks, Dr. Mantri. Rahul, we'll just take one more question. I'm going to sort of ask you a question, which I think will also cover a lot of other questions. There were questions around what age do we start at, and how much do we push ourselves for practice. But I think what it all boils down to is, what is the fundamental purpose behind singing? Do we sing for pleasure? Do we sing for self-exploration? Do we sing for healing? Do we sing for all of this and more? What do you think is the driving force and the purpose? Because that, I think, will answer a lot of other questions that people have.
Okay, I would say all of this and more is the answer. But I would also say that at different times you sing for different things. You sing in happiness, you sing in sorrow, you sing in comradeship, with others. साथ में गाते हो आप कभी-कभी अपने आप को खुश करने के लिए गाते हो, to get yourself out of depression, maybe, singing and letting it go. I, like when I was asked to go and sing this song, I was singing it because it's, for me, my professional requirement. I had not even heard the song, to say yes or no. So वो तो professionals क्यों गाते हैं वो अलग है, वो छोड़ दो. वो अलग-अलग reasons के लिए गाते हैं. कुछ कहेंगे मैं पैसे के लिए गाता हूँ. Like Shankar Mahadevan once told me that, man, one for the pocket, one for the heart. So that's a different thing. But one sings for so many different reasons. And firstly, one sings because one can. कि मेरे अंदर है, मेरे दिल तो खुश कर देता. It's like that should be there. It makes you feel happy. It makes you feel good, and it allows you to express your emotions in ways that maybe you cannot do otherwise. Maybe there are a lot of people who find it difficult to tell people that I love you. Something as simple as that. Because it's not encouraged in our society for some reason. Middle class में. खास करके आप देखोगे जो middle class married couples of middle age rarely show affection in public. Rarely. They were never asked to show affection. They were always told that, especially ladies, I'm sorry, but because they were taught that mat karo, PDA is not allowed. But I can sing to you. Maybe not in public. It would be very weird अगर कमला नगर के बीच में मैं आपसे गाने लग गया अपनी बीवी से. मगर घर पे गा सकते हो यार. You can sing to love to each other. You can actually, you can sing together. You can hold hands and sing. You can do stuff that would make you feel happy, and that's why I think we sing, because we can, because it does things to us. I don't think any other animal sings for pleasure. I'm not sure, because it's impossible to get into the head of a koel. कोकिला की कूक सुनत हूं के उठत बेजुबान. पर कोकिला की खुद के सर में क्या हो रहा मुझे पता नहीं. पपीहा की मधुर टेर मोरे मन भाई. करेक्ट. But पपीहा को वो क्या कर रहा है मुझे कोई आइडिया नहीं. So it's all, anthropomorphic, this thing. But we sing because we can, and we sing, we are unique, and we should just sing. Don't think about why we sing. और सोच मत यार, कर दे जो दिल में आ रहा है. That kind of thing.
Thank you, Rahul. Dr. Sanjay, back to you.
Yes, so Rahul, why don't you now sing? Let us hear you sing more. No.
अभी मेरे तो हो गया यार.
Time to ho gaya, bas one more song, and then we can close it. No.
Okay, what do you want?
Well, whatever you want to sing. Some old song, some old Bollywood song. We were very fond of old Bollywood songs.
You were so fond of old Bollywood songs. Okay.
Yes.
See, like I told you, this song, I sing very low. So let me try and do something which I'm not very used to. देखते क्या होता है, okay? What might go wrong, at which point I'll just stop playing guitar, okay? फूलों की रंग से, दिल की कलम से, तुझको लिखी रोज बातें, कैसे बताऊं किस तरह से पल पल मुझे तू सताती, तेरे ही सपने लेकर के सोया, तेरी यादों में जागा, तेरे ख्यालों में उलझा रहा मैं, जैसे कि माला में धागा, बादल बिजली चंदन पानी जैसा अपना प्यार ना होगा जन्म हमें कई कई बार ओ इतना मधुर इतना मधुर तेरा मेरा प्यार लेना होगा जन्म हमें कई कई बार.
Wow.
And then
Wow.
comes the geographical verse. I always think of it as geography. उत्तर हो दक्षिण पूरब हो पश्चिम तू हर जगह मुस्कुराए जितना भी जाऊं मैं दूर तुझसे पास आए आदि ने रोका पानी ने टोका दुनिया ने हंसकर पुकारा तस्वीर तेरी लेकिन लिए मैं कर आया सबसे किनारा बादल बिजली चंदन पानी जैसा अपना प्यार.
Wow, amazing, fantastic. So that brings us towards the end of our show. Rahul, thank you very much for coming on the show and really enlightening our viewers with your wisdom, not just about singing, but life as a whole. I have a request. Why don't you join our group, the live chat, and also why don't you join Smule and let us sing with you? We are looking for an opportunity to sing with you.
I know you. So Sanjay's been on at me to join Smule. नहीं होता मेरे से यार. सच बताऊं, because there are too many things that I'm doing. It's like people say Instagram join कर लो, Twitter join. मैं नहीं करता. So people say, man, you have to join Twitter. It's happening. So I say, I don't want to happen. You know, it's just not something that I want to do. But I want to thank you, Sanjay, for the title of the talk is something I never thought about. Especially me to tell people how to sing better. ये तो होता ही नहीं है. I don't consider myself to be a singer. Frankly, I am a musician overall who can play bass, who can sing, who can play guitar, who can play a little keyboard. I play saxophone, but I also compose. So, you know, my self-identity is not linked to me being a singer in that sense. So how to sing better is something which was something that I really had to think about. When I read the title, मैंने यार संजय ने तो फंसा दिया.
But you did a
So
wonderful
then I
job.
started thinking.
We really learned a lot from you now.
Thanks for making me think, and thank you for having me on. Thanks,
And
guys.
I know that you don't want to be happening, but we want to happen with you. So we're still looking forward to having you with us in a group, maybe on the Smule also someday, so we can get a chance to sing with you.
यार, चलो सोचता हूँ. Chance कब है? अभी से बता.
Thank you very much for saying that, you sochta hoon. That's very nice of you.
Right.
So once again, thank you very much for coming on and really enlightening us. So I'd like to thank Anupma for helping us, and like to thank all the viewers for joining us. But please don't go away. Some announcements. We're coming up with another great personality, that is Arjun Bajwa, who is a Bollywood actor. He'll be with us on 23rd of August, talking to us about acting. And then next week, we have a good show about dancing, how to dance your blues away. We have got two really great, dancers and choreographers. One is Vrinda Chadda, who's a Odissi exponent, and Himani Khurana, who's into contemporary dance forms. They'll be telling us about dancing next week. So please don't go away. And thank you, everyone, for coming here and seeing us. Have a great day. Have a great Sunday. Have a great week ahead. Bye-bye.